Darling, can you stop please? I concentrate. I'm concentrating now.
Hello everybody, my name is Judith and my research project is has a title, Learning Spelling or Orthography. Yeah, you understand spelling or orthography? My research project is based on orthography and his learning. That is to say, it is about the different current spelling methods that use schools and high schools. The objective of this project was to find the educational problem and a solution of the big number of students that have or do spelling mistakes signed at school, and also they try to improve it, they can. In my TDR is divided in two parts, the theoretical part and the practical part. The theoretical part, you can find a definition, little explanation of the participation of the brain in the learning, the traditional method, and some innovative methods to improve the spelling. And then later I will explain you more detalladamente. Detail. The practical part, the reality in the schools, my research method that is a new innovative method in Ampurda, and I explain you my practices in one school in Terrapins in Camallera. I think that you must be familiar with the definition of spelling. For understand my project, spelling is the correct use of words and punctuation in the set of rules governing the writing. His learning, this learning consists in develop or carry out a cognitive process called visual memory. What is visual memory? Well, if I ask you which are the colors of Germany flag, which are?
Black, red, yellow.
Yeah, and how do you know? Well, you know colors because the image of the flag comes in your head. When we write, the correct cognitive process is visualize the image in your head, and then you write the word because you visualize. So this is the correct cognitive process for have a perfectly right. But most of us doesn't develop this cognitive process and use auditory memory. That is, we write as we pronounce the word. This is the auditory memory, and the visual memory is the correct. Then I investigate the traditional method that everybody in this class do in their school. This method consists in doing exercises as dictations, memorize the spelling rules, copy sometimes the word that you write in a wrong way, and there are activities very boring and that's all. And I found a conclusion of some investigators of this this problem in students, and this is a method that doesn't develop this the correct cognitive process. For this reason, there are students that use this the auditory memory because the students doesn't show how work or how develop the visual memory. So some students self-thought and develop for her own the good process, the cognitive process, and there are some students that aren't self-taught and use the auditory method. I verify these conclusions and think the basic skills of orthopeso, and I can see the different levels of the spelling of the students. The 53% have average level, the 24 have high level, and the 33% of the students have the low level. So these 24% of students have high level because they use this visual memory, but the students who have average level and low level doesn't control it. Then I do a survey, una encuesta in catalán, of students of first bachelorate, and I ask him if I asked them if they visualize the words before writing, and 69% say that they have a visual memory, and 31% say that they don't have this visual memory. Then I found a new method that is called Gavaro method, and in this method consists in explain to students how develop and how in what consists the visual memory. If they understand what is it and how they can improve the spelling, the mistakes will go missing. I learned this method when I went to a lecture of Sir Gavaro, and once I have learned the theory, I wanted to see how apply this theory in classroom. So for this reason, I went to do a practice in Torre Princess School in Camallera. In this class, I could see how the students memorize the words, and I could see the evolution they did. So my conclusion is that the traditional method isn't efficient for everybody, and don't show how to develop the correct cognitive process, that is visual memory, which is the case between a student who writes perfectly and a student who writes doing mistakes. So I think that for the solution of this problem is that the teachers must show or teach how to develop the correct cognitive process, and the mistakes and this problem